So when we talk about unlocking collateral, I think it goes in both directions. The first one is that there's lots of unused collateral in crypto that you want to be able to use to raise capital. The dealers, such as Kirok as well, they're very fond of that because they have typically excess crypto collateral and needs for stablecoin or fiat funding, especially in times of high market activity. So the ability to use crypto collateral to raise funding from within crypto or outside of crypto, that is quite important. I think there's a big trend there that crypto is going to be used more and more as collateral, is going to be more widely accepted.
Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. That was Max from PVO1 setting the tone for today's video breakdown that utilizing crypto as collateral is going to be extremely important in the near future. This is going to be something that you're not going to want to miss. Learning how to get your digital assets working for you through lending, borrowing, utilizing your crypto as collateral, yield farming, liquidity providing, all of these things to generate passive income and passive returns with your idle digital assets. So in today's video breakdown, we're going to be diving into some ongoing DeFi developments surrounding the XDC ecosystem. This is going to be one that you're not going to want to miss. XDC to power trade finance, real world asset settlement, and DeFi. This is the early days. This is a post that I made to you guys just a few days ago on August 30th before the groundbreaking announcement of Casu Finance. Thrilled to announce a $1 million strategic investment from leading trade finance chain XDC Network. That is what we're going to dive into today. We're going to be thoroughly reading through an interview in regards to this breaking announcement. And I want to show you guys again how XDC is starting to completely revamp their DeFi infrastructure. This was just also announced the other day, and I don't think that it is by coincidence. It is all, in my personal opinion, by design, where the USDC and CCTP V2 are coming to XDC Network. This is a post directly from Circle themselves. In collaboration with the XDC Foundation, we are bringing the world's largest regulated stablecoin and seamless cross-chain transfers to XDC to power trade finance, real-world asset settlement, and DeFi. The key benefits will be a regulated, fully reserved digital dollar redeemable one-to-one for US dollars, institutional on and off ramps via Circle Mint, USDC transfers between XDC and supported blockchains. This is again huge in regards to the expansion of the DeFi ecosystem in the XDC network. So coming over here, because days after I posted that, I said here, it's like CYPRX Research created the most perfect gift for the XDC ecosystem in advance. In this gift, you can see here, we mentioned RWAs, this gentleman laughing and having a good time. XDC, the little girl holding the yield as a little tiny piece and sliver of her cotton candy. Early investors in XDC, and then trade finance in the background screaming at #1, right? Well, if we come over here, huge announcement between Casu Finance and XDC Network. So thoroughly reading into this, Casu is thrilled to announce a $1 million strategic investment from leading trade finance chain XDC Network. Native XDC integration, seamless stablecoins, real yield, liquid wrappers, plus top-tier institutional deal flows. Onwards and upwards. And so reading a little bit about this, let's go over to the actual post from the XDC Network where it goes on to say, Casu Finance through XVC Tech, our venture capital arm, as the lead investor in Casu's $5 million funding round. This partnership reinforces XDC Network's leadership in real-world assets, or RWAs, and private credit, uniting a global trade finance expertise with Casu's innovative DeFi solutions to transform on-chain finance. Keep in mind that right now we are in the process of seeing everything migrate on-chain. DeFi is so much better, and these financial institutions understand that access to things that can't exist in traditional finance exist in DeFi. And so all of these financial institutions are about to come on chain, and they are going to be utilizing DeFi primitives. This collaboration is more than an investment. It's a shared vision to redefine global finance through native integration of Casu with XDC Network, enabling stablecoin deposits via XDC's native wallets for seamless access to high yield, real-world credit and opportunities with cross-chain bridging. Keep in mind the announcement from Circle just the other day. Like I said, I don't think that this is all coincidence. It is all by design. Expanding Kazu's credit marketplace by leveraging XDC's global trade finance network to onboard new credit originators, including invoice, supply chain, and logistics-based lenders, creating diverse yield opportunities for stablecoin depositors and programmable liquidity for originators. This is huge diversified yield opportunities right there. I really like that key vocab. Developing Kazu's liquid wrapper token on the XDC network, representing staked positions in Kazu's private credit vaults, tradable on licensed dexes to enhance liquidity while ensuring regulatory alignment. This is this is crazy, guys and gals, to be able to live through this transformation and see all of this happening in real time. Things that have never been available to us and institutions themselves now becoming available. Groundbreaking stuff here. Strengthening Kazu's role in trade finance distribution initiative alongside XDC's network unique position as the only blockchain member of the International Trade and Forfeiting Association, or the ITFA, fostering global business and technical synergy. So just thoroughly reading through that post directly from XDC network themselves, what is Kazu Finance? For those of you all who don't know, real quick, we're just going to dive into this before we read thoroughly through the interview with the XDC network, answering some questions. It says here, what is Kazu? Kazu is a real-world asset business lending protocol that delivers hybrid DeFi and TradFi capital solutions across the entire funding lifecycle for lending businesses, i.e. credit originators. The outcome for everyday DeFi lenders is financial democratization, with access to the highest quality private credit yields by lending alongside institutional and TradFi credit funds. Lenders' yields are enhanced through proprietary technology that optimize business borrowers' cash flows, thereby improving their credit risk. Ultimately, this aims to reduce high-risk adjusted yields for lenders. The protocol brings together both DeFi and TradFi with credit-worthy real-world business borrowers, i.e. end borrowers, all curated by industry-leading credit originators that are exclusive to Kazu. This model delivers deep value across the entire chain as follows, and then it goes into that in detail. But coming over here, just to dig a little bit more into Kazu Finance, they are powered by Axiom. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. They are a multi-award-winning SaaS plus fintech business whose proprietary technology is used by global accounting firms to manage and automate over $2.5 billion in invoices annually. So I'd say that there's somebody that you should be paying attention to, right? This is not some random partnership. This is putting XDC's DeFi capabilities on the map. This financial automation software accelerates the rate at which these firms collect payments from their invoices by up to 50%, thereby significantly increasing their cash flow, ultimately reducing risk to lenders on Kazu. Unlike other real-world asset lenders that have suffered over $200 million in losses in just the last 3 years, Axiom has an 8-year history with a 0% loss rate, a feat unheard of in real world assets, literally a 0% loss rate. And they just partnered with the XDC network. We're not just another real world asset lending platform. We're redefining how real world asset yield works in DeFi, said the Kazu co-founder Luke Lone. By combining institutional grade lending opportunities, industry first transparency, and cutting edge financial automation, Kazu is setting a new benchmark for sustainable, high risk adjusted returns. Kazu exclusively lends to established accounting firms and their clients across US, Canada, Australia, and the UK, a borrowing class that is highly regulated with strict financial oversight, non-discretionary. These firms handle mission-critical services in all economic conditions, ensuring high repayment reliability, low risk, high profit, less than 1% invoice default rates across the industry. These borrowers include leading global accounting networks in the US top 25 firms, and the UK's top 15 firms, and Australia's largest professional service firms. And ladies and gentlemen, they just partnered with the XDC network. This is, again, mind-blowing stuff here, right? Mind-blowing stuff here that just, again, shows the longevity of the XDC network. In addition, Kazu's best-in-class risk management is not just theoretical, it's engineered to every transaction. with multiple layers of borrower recourse and real-time financial tracking. So I just wanted to go a little bit more thoroughly into Casu, their partnerships, what they are in detail, so that way you guys understand the seriousness of this announcement. Coming over here and clicking on this post from Bitcoin.com News, they did an interview with the XDC network and their strategic investment in Casu. So if we come over here and just thoroughly read through this, it is pretty lengthy, but there is some really good, juicy information. So who is this interview involved with? It says this move not only anchors Casu's latest funding round, but also signals a deeper collaboration in on-chain private credit. To explore the implications, we spoke with Luke Loam, the founder of Casu Finance, Thibault Delroux, hopefully I'm pronouncing these names correctly, XDC Ventures Manager, and Sean White, the Australian Ecosystem and Business Development Manager for the XDC network. Their insights highlight how this alliance is bridging traditional finance with DeFi while positioning both entities at the forefront of institutional grade yield generation. That is such a mouthful of key vocabulary right there. I've shown you guys in so many previous video breakdowns, not only on X, but also on the CYPRX YouTube, that yield is the new sexy. These financial institutions are not coming on chain to just hodl their digital assets and do nothing with them. They will want to be earning yield. They will not want to be selling. They will want to turn these idle digital assets into passive income generating assets. And that is exactly what is happening in real time with these types of partnerships. So the first question was, what prompted the XDC network's investment into Casu Finance, and how does it fit into the broader vision for real world assets on chain? Thibault Delroux, again, I'm just going to call him TD because I don't want to butcher these gentlemen's names. Our investment in Casu reflects our strong conviction in the growth of real-world assets on-chain. Deploying private credit assets on XDC, such as receivable financing, opens high-quality yield opportunities for lenders. We look forward to helping Casu scale these strategies on the XDC network, strengthening our ecosystem as a leading settlement layer for real-world finance. Another question, Luke, from Casu's perspective, what makes XDC Ventures and XDC Network an ideal strategic partner in this funding round? Luke responded by saying, "We are thrilled to welcome XDC as both a strategic investor and a long-term partner. Their trade finance focus, real-world asset native infrastructure, and global network makes them a perfect match for Casu's mission to unify TradFi and DeFi compliantly." That is another key vocabulary word right there, showing and signaling that XDC Network is in line with regulatory compliance. This agreement represents more than just capital. Casu and XDC will collaborate on a suite of synergistic initiatives aimed at expanding access to institutional-grade, risk-adjusted yield in the DeFi landscape. Another question, can you elaborate on the technical integrations planned as part of this collaboration and how they benefit users? Sean White responded to this by saying, XDC is designed to power the next generation of finance, where real-world assets, smart contracts, and global capital flows converge. As part of the collaboration, Casu Finance will integrate natively with the XDC network, enabling users to deposit stablecoins via XDC native wallets and directly access high-yield, real-world credit opportunities without the need to bridge across chains. This opens the door to seamless participation in Casu's programmable credit infrastructure, which currently includes a $40 million senior lending facility and over $500 million in institutional interest. How does membership organizations like the International Trade and Forfeiting Association, or ITFA, enhance this partnership? TD said, XDC Network is distinguished in private credit as the only blockchain platform and the member of the ITFA, a global alliance of trade banks, credit issuers, and fintechs, and an active member of the ITFA's Trade Finance Distribution Initiative. Casu Finance has recently accepted into the prestigious TFDI working group, unlocking further technical alignments and global business synergies. Another question says, what role will XDC play in Casu's expansion, particularly in the onboarding of new credit originators? Luke said, through this partnership, the XDC network ecosystem will support Casu's expansion by facilitating introductions to new credit originators with the global trade financial ecosystem. These originators, ranging from invoice and supply chain finance firms to logistic-based lenders, will broaden the credit marketplace on Casu, creating new yield pathways for stablecoin depositors and giving originators access to programmable liquidity via DeFi. Last but not least, looking ahead, it says, what innovative features like Casu's liquid wrapper are on the horizon and how do they align with regulatory compliance? Sean White said, among the most exciting technical initiatives under this discussion is the launch of Casu's liquid wrapper on XDC. This wrapper token will represent This liquid token will represent a stake position in Kasu's private credit vaults and be tradable on licensed decentralized exchanges. That's huge right there, because of how many people still think that DeFi is operating in an unregulated, clammy, unclear environment. Okay, that is all changing now for the first time ever, which is why it would behoove you guys to lock in and start studying DeFi, whether that's you choose the mentorship route, tapping into the Wealth 28 Club to learn DeFi, or just read documents, watch videos and panel discussions, and accumulate the information and knowledge on your own behalf. Now is the time to learn. This innovation is designed to unlock liquidity for users while maintaining full transparency and ensuring regulatory alignment. Finally, how does this partnership accelerate the adoption of real-world finance on-chain? Luke responded by saying Kasu Finance is currently live onboarding stablecoin deposits and deploying capital across vetted credit deals. With this new strategic partnership, both parties aim to accelerate the adoption of real-world finance on-chain, expanding the reach of private credit beyond traditional borders and technical barriers. The roadmap includes exclusive credit transfers and institutional deal flows on XDC, further positioning us as leaders in this space. So that is it for today's video breakdown. Granular announcements surrounding the DeFi ecosystem and the developments ongoing on the XDC network. Do not sleep on these opportunities nor your education in the DeFi ecosystem with how we can turn idle digital assets into passive income generating assets. Really great things are happening in the ongoing developments of this ecosystem. We are more bullish than ever before, and it is only a matter of time before the price action reflects itself. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and buy XDC, the digital asset, but definitely consider starting to educate yourself on how to get your digital assets working for you. So that way, when the landscape is clear, when everything is rolled out and firmly put in place, you, instead of selling your digital assets for fiat currency, getting stuck back in traditional finance, can put your assets to work and pay yourself passive income to set your family bloodline up for success in this massive wealth transformation. As always, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform. We do appreciate the love and the support. And if anybody wants to learn the DeFi strategies in which we are involved in the private CYPRX community, you guys can always watch us risk our hard-earned digital assets in the DeFi ecosystem by heading over to CYPRXtrading.com, tapping into the Wealth 28 Club, so that way you guys don't have to risk your digital assets, and instead you can just accumulate that knowledge and that information. As always, many blessings. I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.